Mic check one, mic check two. If you are watching this live stream on replay, take advantage of the chapters because I am still setting up. And if you don't want to sit through this, I understand. Just use the chapters. All right. Now, for those of you that do like this little chat at the beginning of the live stream, guys, I have a terrible, terrible headache. So I may not be my usual all excited self tonight. I took some medicine. It hasn't kicked in yet. I don't know if it's going to work at all, but I am here. I am here. So thank you guys for tuning in and dealing with me and my headache and my headache. So let's get this setup going. Let's get all of this setup stuff done. Wait a minute now, that don't look right. Give me a second, guys. I didn't like the fact I had that ugly tablecloth showing in the video. Let me move this table. Oh my gosh. Yeah, so that was that. So yes, I had a good day in the market. These stocks, these positions, boy. Woo. They won't just move in one direction at all. Up, down, down, up, sideways, do. Just all over the doggone place. Oh, this headache. And I don't even want to hear anything else about SpaceX. Fundamentally, it makes absolutely no sense. And this stock is just going to the moon, like literally just up. I happened to glance at it while I was setting up for the show tonight, and it hit almost $230 after hours. I said, oh my gosh. Yeah. So again, I got this headache, guys. If you want to take advantage of the chapters, I don't blame you. Go ahead and go to the start of the show. I'm still setting up. Still setting up. Still setting up. So here we go with this. Go here. Go to earnings. Yes. Oh. Hey guys, thank you for tuning in. Hit that like button and consider subscribing to the channel. If you miss me saying I have a headache, I'm letting you know now I got a headache. I'm gonna do my best to get through this show and try to keep my energy up. But guys, I got a headache. Oh my gosh. It's bothering me. But I'm here. That's the main thing. I'm here. We will be starting shortly. You know how we do. We do the little mic check 1 2 1 2 and set up. Once the family and everybody get out of the way, we can go ahead and focus on what we need to do. What we need to do out here. All right. So let's go here. Just checking a few of these websites we're going to be pulling up later, and then proofread this script real quick, make sure there's nothing missing, and then we can get through it, because I want to make sure that we breeze through this show tonight. All right. So where are we at? Prompter. Monday. Tonight we're taking a look. You might know them better as Academy Sports. Gockman. Yep. First office to all right. It doesn't look like anything's missing from this script, so we can go ahead and get to it. Let's go here. A few more things, get this going. Make sure my mouth ain't dry. All right. Let's get this done. Let's get it done. Yep, we're good. Welcome to Market Recap Live. I am your host, Joseph Martin, and thank God. Oh, it's Monday. It's Monday, and I got a headache, but we gonna get through this show. We gonna get through it. So tonight we are taking a look at ticker ASO. You might know them better as Academy Sports. Academy Sports and Outdoors Incorporated was founded in 1938 by Max Gochman, with the first office opening in San Antonio, Texas. Now they're publicly traded on the NASDAQ and have a market value over $3 billion, yes, that's billion dollars. Sports Academy was Academy Sports. Academy Sports is in the specialty retail industry in the consumer discretionary sector, and they are not listed in the S&P 500 index. Some of Academy's competitors are Dick's Sporting Goods Incorporated, ticker DKS, Williams Sonoma Incorporated, ticker WSM, and Tractor Supply Company, ticker TSCO. We're going to review Academy's earnings, their website, and pull up the charts to perform a quick technical analysis. But before we do that, let's do our roll call and check our stream poll. We are streaming live on YouTube and Facebook. What's going on? What's going on? Give me a second. The poll is not popping up on the screen. Give me a second. We are streaming live on YouTube and Facebook. Where you at? Here we go. YouTube and Facebook. There we go. Put the like back up here. I know what's going on. YouTube and Facebook. And scroll this back up here. Then we do this. We are streaming live on YouTube and Facebook. There's the like. All right, we got it. Let me back up on the prompter. But before we do that, let's do our roll call and check our stream poll. We are streaming live on YouTube and Facebook. Let's get the chat going and tell us where you're tuning in from. Put a YT in the chat if you're tuning in from YouTube, and put an FB in the chat if you're tuning in from Facebook. While you guys are filling up the chat and the stream, here's the mission statement. We are building a community over here for people who want to take control of their financial situation by learning how to unlock the wealth building power of the stock market. And we are streaming Monday through Friday following trading sessions at 11 p.m. Eastern time. The U.S. stock market regular trading hours are 9:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern time, and there's a link for the New York Stock Exchange calendar down in the description. Okay, let's get to it. Let's get to these earnings. Let's get to it. Here we go. Bam. All right. Academy ticker. Wait a minute. Why do we just have Academy? Academy Sports. Let's at least say Academy Sports, guys. Academy Sports. Sports. Let's do that. Let's do that. All right, let's start that one more time. One more time. Academy Sports, ticker ASO, the $3.1 billion company, reported its first quarter earnings on Tuesday, June 9th. They have a 52-week high of $62.45, which took place on February 26th, and a 52-week low of $41.29 that occurred on November 18th, which is a trading range of $21.16. And they closed today at $49.25. Academy Sports earnings met market expectations on the top line when they reported revenue of $1.4 billion, but they beat on the bottom line as solid comparable store sales growth of 2.9%, driven by robust transaction traffic and average ticket improvements, boosted core business operations. EPS was higher than the analysts and market expectations of 92 cents when they reported an adjusted EPS of 93 cents. Academy Sports reported a GAAP net income of $52.7 million, which is higher than a $46.1 million net income they reported this same quarter last year. This represents an increase of 14.31%. So for the first fiscal quarter of 2025, their net profit was approximately 12.52%. Wait a minute. Their net profit was approximately 12.52% lower than it is compared to now a year later. The earnings were released before the market opened, followed by a 10 a.m. Eastern Time conference call. As far as guidance, management raised their lower end of its full year outlook, projecting total revenue up to $6.4 billion. That 52-week high compared to today's closing of $49.25 represents a decline of 21.14% over a span of approximately 3 months. So if someone invested $1,000 in February at that 52-week high of $62.45, they would be seeing a loss of $211.37. We did that. Now, let's move on. Let's talk about why we visit these company websites. We're looking at the visuals and text to find answers to these key questions. What goods and or services does the company sell? How important are those goods and services to their customers? What makes this company stand out from the competition, and how well do they take care of their employees? We look for those answers in 4 main areas: the homepage for goods and or services, about us for purpose, vision, and mission statements, careers for employee benefits and opportunities, and investor relations for SEC filings and stock quotes. And for your convenience, all companies featured in tonight's live stream are down in the description. Now let's visit Academy Sports website. Got it. Let's move on. Let's go. Bam. Bam. I'm on there. That's not the ticker. We need this ticker right here. And we need this disclaimer. There we go. Ticker look like it's moving a little fast. Let's slow that down, guys. Let's slow that down. All right, we're good. Put the chat thing back there. All right, so we are on the Academy Sports and Outdoors website. Get this cookie stuff off here. Reject all marketing cookies. There we go. All right, I'm browsing over the top to see if there's anything up there we're going to click on. So most of the time when we go to these retailers' websites, guys, it's going to be everything in the world to try to get you to buy something. And the stuff we need is usually going to be right at the bottom. So let's just scroll over and see some of the things that they offer. And then we can navigate to those locations that we look for our information for to do our qualitative analysis. So 6 days until Father's Day. Father's Day, turn Father's Day into Dad Christmas. Earn $30 off your purchase of over $30. Deals for dad. So that's cool. Since that holiday is coming up, that's what they're focused on. Can't miss savings. They got firearms, ammunition, binoculars. Look like some tickets there. Fishing equipment. Make a splash, some summer things, flip-flops, pool attire, swimming attire. All right, so I believe we're almost at the bottom. Okay, we're at the bottom. So here we go, looking for where we want to go. So About Academy. So we're going to go to About Us. We're going to go to Investor Relations and Careers. Very simple, right here, down here at the bottom. So we're going to go to About Us. Let's get that out the way first. Look for our vision, mission, purpose, all of those. Let's zoom in. It looks like they zoomed us out. 150. There we go. Browse down. About Us. Our history. Company overview. Academy Sports and Outdoors is one of the nation's largest sporting goods and outdoor stores, with 301 stores across 21 states as of March 7, 2025. We offer a broad assortment of quality hunting, fishing, and camping equipment and gear, along with sports and leisure products, footwear, apparel, and much more. Got it. Looks like Academy is headquartered. Okay, yeah, in Texas. We talked about that earlier. So let's go to our history. They got it right here, our vision and everything. Good. Company information history. Our vision is to be the best sports and outdoors retailer in the country. Got it. Our mission is to provide fun for all through strong assortments, value, and experience. And our company values are customer focus and service, excellence in all we do, responsible leadership, innovative with urgency, students of the business, integrity always, positive impact on our communities. So remember, links to these websites are down in the description for your convenience. If you want to dig into this stuff a little bit deeper, about to take myself off the screen so you can see. Well, the ticker is still blocking it, but they have careers down here at the bottom. Click on that. All right. No. Look at all this stuff popping up. Never allow. We don't need none of that. Look at this. Cookie. Man, oh my gosh. Put me back on the screen. Oh, they be killing me with these cookies. Always trying to track your business. Here we go. Academy, sports, and outdoors. Search jobs about us. We just looked at about us. But we found it. It was easy. The benefits right there at the top. So let's scroll over this homepage and then we're going to double back to the benefits, okay? So let the fun begin. Search jobs. We are Academy Sports and Outdoors. Academy Sports and Outdoors is one of the nation's largest sporting goods and outdoor retailers. It's no surprise that we not only know how to create experiences for our customers, but for our team members as well. Got it. Be the first to apply. View more. We're hiring. Interested in joining Academy Sports. So they just call themselves Academy. They don't even say Academy Sports. Stores, corporate distribution centers. So those are the different departments. Here are some more. Distribution and logistics, et cetera, merchants, legal, finance, and accounting. Find out more. Got it. So let's go ahead and go to benefits so we can wrap this up and go to investor relations. Reel in these great benefits and rewards. That was the little chime I heard, this little AI bot down here in the corner. I'm like, what the heck was that? All right, really in these great benefits and rewards. Let the fun begin. Financial well-being. So competitive pay, retirement 401k, and company stock. Team members can purchase Academy common stock through an employee stock purchase program, ESPP, at a 15% discount. Wow, directly and conveniently through payroll deductions. Physical well-being, medical, dental, vision. You can scroll through this as well. So we located it. Links down in the description for you to navigate over this on your own time. Now, let's go to... We're back at the home page. Now we're going to investor relations down here at the bottom, right over here in the corner. Bam. Good. They didn't open this up in a different website. So we just need to zoom in. And here we go. So stock information is right here. I'm about to scroll over this page and then we're going to come back and click on that. So here's the ticker, closing price today, the percentage change. Looks like they have some videos here, press releases, events, SEC filings. Got it. So we'll go right back up here to stock information, stock quote and chart. Looks like they have some other tools available on their website as well. And no big surprise, it looks like they outsource the charts that they have available on their website. And we've talked about this a few times before, that it seems to be a delay with that service. So sometimes when we go to the website, it either doesn't pop up at all or it just needs a little bit of time to load. And during that time, I just talk to you like this, hoping that by the time I get done boring you, that it'll pop up. And that's exactly what happened. So there we go. We got the charts. And now we can go and move on to this. So it wasn't much to find in the research outside of what we've seen on the website when I do the research to find out about if they have customers and partners that are listed in the S&P 500 index. So this company doesn't have any customers or partners that's listed in the S&P 500 index. All right. So now let's talk about the mobile limitations. Mobile limitations. Here we go with that. All right. Before we look at the charts, remember, professionals trade from a computer, not a mobile device. Mobile trading apps are limited. Traders can lose critical details and advanced platform features using apps on phones instead of software on computers or websites. So keep in mind, trading from a smartphone is usually the least effective way for managing assets. To access the most details, it's best to use a full trading platform and watch these streams on a computer or TV. Only use a phone as a last resort. Now, let's look at Academy Sports on the charts. Here we go. Bam. All right, let's put the right disclaimer up here talking about Thinkorswim platform. There we go. All right, so we can see the 52-week low of $41.29. Here's the 52-week high of $62.45, and we are looking at a 1-year daily chart. We have never looked at this company on live streams before, or on this channel before, actually. So let's go ahead and go to the 10-year weekly chart, and it looks like it only goes back as far as 2020. So we know that's not a full 10 years. So who knows what happened? Maybe they switched tickers. I don't know. But as far as this 10-year time frame, and it only goes back, we got 2026, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So about 6 years. Goes back about a little less than 6 years. That's what we got here. So we have a 6-year low of $12.05. 6-year high of $75.73 right up here. So looking at the historical price levels, it looks like this area right here. I'm looking to see where it's responding at now. So we can see that it did have some candles respond to this price level here. But I'm seeing this as like a zone because there's so many things going on at these levels. Like it's not really clean. So I'm just gonna go ahead and make this quick. That's what I'm seeing, guys. I'm gonna just use a zone. I'm gonna use a zone. So edit properties. We're gonna expand this over to December 1st, 2026. And there's my support and resistance zone. And let me explain to you using this mouse what I'm seeing. It held as resistance here, here. Then once it was able to get above it, the bottom of it held as support, not the top. Then it was able to come back out of it, fell below it, came back above it, kind of held that support on top of the zone. But it came below it and tested the 200-week simple moving average. So that's this dashed white line. Then it came to the bottom of the zone here, came back above it. So that's what we're looking at. Now, this is why I use the zone. The way it kept coming to like a specific area, it wasn't as simple as just putting a price line as a support and resistance on the chart. Like a price level. That's why I didn't use one. So like now if we use one, we can see that this is kind of like a zone as well. I'm gonna just use the price level so you can see what I mean. We're gonna start from here. So if we use the price level, now when we come here, it looks like it came below that area. So this would be more of a zone than a price level. And you can see that over here as well. So let me do a zone so you can see what I mean. The low of this candle and the low of this candle. Now when we extend this over to the left, let's get that to go over. What month would that be? That'll probably be, let's do this. Let's just see what this does. That's not far enough. So let me go here, edit properties. That says 9/16/21. So we go in here, edit properties, 9/16/21. 9/16, that's 22. So we need 9/16/21. There we go. All right, that's all the way over to the left. Now let's go over to the right to December 2026 first. There we go. Bam. So that's why I was thinking about a zone, because it hits more of the price levels, okay? More of the price action reaches those specific levels. And then even down here, that would be a price level as well. And we can see that it was respected here, here, here. It was resistance here for a while till the price got above it. And then you see how it comes down again. Like these price levels are really close to one another. So let me go to that. So we go to a price level here. We can see how it responded to that as well. This wick came below it, but it closed above that price level of $30.28. Okay. And I don't know if you heard me when I said I have a headache. So that's part of the reason why I'm not so energetic tonight, guys. I got a headache, but we're going to work our way through it. We're going to get through it. So now we need to put some levels up here as far as like a resistance level. And I'm waiting on this tool to open it up. There we go. So I'm seeing the body of that candle as resistance. And then when we come back, we can see how certain price levels responded to that price action. It held as resistance here. It held as resistance here. The red candle opened above it, but it closed below it. It held as resistance here. Held resistance here for a while. None of the candles was able to close above it. So there's the line that I'm seeing as resistance. So now we can move on from the 6-year weekly chart because we didn't get a full 10 years out of it. So let's go ahead and go over to the 1-year daily chart. And most of our technicals are already done, guys. We can see a little bit more of something. I'm seeing this is standing out to me right here. So we can see some price action responding to that price level. It's a few of them. It held here with that green candles wick. It held here on these candles. Let me use a zone. It held as support and resistance here. It held as resistance here. This wick got above it, but it didn't hold. It didn't close above that price level. So 55.46 was respected as resistance here. Here, closed above it, held for 1 day. Like, yeah, so that's why I'm seeing those price levels. That price level as potential resistance. Okay. So as far as support, we already had a support and resistance zone there. And just in case, let me do this. Get that out of there. I'm gonna open this up again so you can see the actual price level. So you got $47.65. That's going to be the low part of that zone. $47.65. 47.65. There we go. That's the bottom. Now we're going to open this up. 47. So you got 50.97. That's the top. 50.97. Can we get it? Probably not. 50.97. I'm going to just put it there. And then we're going to edit it. 50.97. There we go. So that's the top of the zone. Bam, we got it. Just so you can see it. And here is the actual price action for today. That red candle right here. So let's zoom in and get the quote for ASO Academy Sports, and then we can get ready to move on. So I'm gonna go here to my settings, open up my floating data box, mouse over today's candle. So Academy Sports opened today at $51.17. They had a high of $51.72. They had a low of $49.10, and they closed today at $49.25, which is a trading range of $2.62. Now, when we look at the volume, they traded 1.6 million shares of this stock today. So we're going to take me off the screen as well as my floating data box, and we're going to look at my volume labels. So the average trading volume for this company, guys, is 1.5 million. So it was slightly above with this volume right here today. And then on today's Monday, so Friday, it was slightly below, which was 1.4 million. So that's what we're seeing there. Now we can put me back on the screen. And let's talk about the volume rank percentile. So out of the most recent 252 trading days, only 92 of those days had higher volume than today. The volume rank percentile was 63.5%, which means that today's volume was higher than 63.5% of the most recent 252 trading days volumes. Got it. We good. So we can go ahead and move on. We got the earnings company done. So we are a little bit further on in the show. Let's go ahead and go here. Back to the community. I would appreciate it very much if you guys share the stream, hit the like button, subscribe. And if you wish to send a monetary gift to support the content, Cash App and PayPal links are down in the description as well as on the ticker on the screen. Okay. Now let's look at what the S&P 500 index did today by using the SPY ETF. This ETF gives investors an opportunity to participate in the broader US market by allowing them to own a percentage of each company in the S&P 500 index. Okay, so let's go back to the charts. Here we go. Bam. We got the charts pulled up. Let's pull up the ticker for the SPY. Let's go up here to the symbol box and type in the SPY, SPY. Bam, bam, bam. There we go. Oh, guys, it gapped up. The SPY gapped up. So let me take me off the screen. The SPY's 52-week low is $591.89. 52-week high, $760.40. Okay. And we're going to zoom in on the price action of what's been going on recently. And then after I get this position how I wanna, it'll put me back on the screen. There we go. Bam. All right. So immediately what stands out to me, guys, we got a gap. We have a gap here from Friday's high to today's low. Edit properties. We're going to turn this yellow to identify that that's a gap. Bring this over to December 1st, because that's just how far we like to drag it out so we can identify where the gap is on the charts. Now, this is a huge recovery compared to what we were seeing those 4 days over here. So it had wiped out a lot of the profits for people that was long over here on the left. And then on Thursday, this recovered almost all of the losses on this red candle right here, and it closed above this level of support at $737.05. Then on Friday, that's where we have this like spinning top candle, and it closed below the 9-day simple moving average, but I believe it had higher volume than this candle here. Let me see. No, it had lower volume when it made this candle here. This volume on this candle is 86 million. The volume on this candle is 57 million. If you're curious to figure out where I'm reading that at, let me take me off the screen so you can see it. Right over here, this little box right there. So when I mouse over the actual candle I'm looking at, you can see the numbers change. So that's the 57 million. There's the 86 million. Trading. The shares traded on those sessions. This was Friday, this was Thursday. And then today it gapped up. So the narrative is about why the stock gapped up is because of the Iran peace talks, the peace deal, the Strait of Hormuz, oil, and all of that. So that's supposedly the narrative that caused the market to respond positively to that news, that caused the market to gap up and feel like everything is safe. Oh, the world isn't coming to an end, so we can put our money back in the market. That's the story behind it. Okay. So as far as resistance, I'm seeing the previous 52-week high as resistance. So that would be $760.40. We have a bunch of technicals on the chart already. These are the other lines we had on there. And I know that's like, oh my gosh, that's a whole bunch. But just to let you see what they were and how the price was responding to it. So the bottom of this green candle right here, it opened above that level of support, which was $751.38. And it closed above this other level of support we had drew on the chart as well at $754.69. Okay. So that's what we're seeing there. Let me take some of these lines off. Default, Zoom back in, get this position right, and then we're gonna go ahead and get the quote for the SPY, and then we can move on. We need to talk about the volume on this too a little bit more. That's decent. Let's go ahead and cut the floating data box on and get this quote for the SPY. Thank you guys for tuning in. Hit that like button and consider subscribing to the channel. I would greatly appreciate it. So the SPY opened at $751.85. They had a high of $756.68. They had a low of $751.76, and they closed today at $754.83, which was a trading range of $4.92. Trading volume, they traded 60.1 million shares of this ETF today, and that is below average. Let me show you what that look alike. Take the floating data box off, take me off the screen, and then we go right over here. So the average trading volume on the SPY in a daily trading session is 74 million shares. So we talked about that. Here was the volume they traded today. Here was the volume that they traded on Friday. So we definitely see an increase in volume from Friday, 57 million to 60 million. Put me back on the screen. Let's talk about the volume rank percentile. So out of the most recent 252 trading days, today's volume, when we compare it, only 70 days out of those 252 trading days had lower volume than today. So this volume is on the low side. Volume rank percentile 27.8%, which means today's volume was only higher than 28.8% of the most recent 252 trading days volumes. All right, so we got that. Let's go ahead and move on. Oh, we almost halfway through the show. All right, so now let's look at the S&P 500 biggest gainer and the biggest loser of the day. But first, we're going to look at the loser so we can end the night on a high note. So let's go back to the charts. We take the SPY off the screen because that's not what we're looking at no more. Go over here to the Market Watch tab. That's some research I was doing earlier. Just close all of this. Let's go to the Analyze tab. No, the Quotes tab under the Market Watch tab. We got to take this over to the S&P 500 index watch list. That's what's going on. Got it. Market recap. Yes. So the biggest loser for today is ticker FOXA, Fox Corporation. They lost 16.84%. Previous close was $65.85. They closed today at $54.76. Okay. Now, immediately, what stands out to me right here, you see where it seems like this company is on here twice? I believe this is because they have two different types of shares, similar to Google. So you got Google GOOGL, and then you got Google GOOG. So one of them is Class A shares, the other one are Class C shares. So just to be clear on this, I want to look this up to make sure I'm explaining this right or we know what's going on, because it looks like Fox is on here twice. But what's throwing me off is that the Fox, they're mentioning that one of those are Class B shares. And I don't know if it's different because of the fact that it's Fox or how they got it set up. But I know with Google, the Class B shares are not the ones that's traded on the open market. They got Class A and Class C. So I want to find out, why does Fox have Class B shares on here? I'm just getting the screens situated so when I ask Gemini this question, I can pull it up for you guys to see it. I just don't want a bunch of stuff popping up on my screen. So please be patient. I'll bring you over in 1 second so you can see what I'm asking and where we at. All right, here we go. Here we go. Bring you over so you can see. That's not it. I don't know what just happened, but we're about to fix it. We're about to fix it. Here we go. Why is it doing this? I have no idea why it's doing this. Let me see what happened. It's acting like it took the extra screen out, guy. Oh, I know what happened. Give me a second. I know what happened. I'm about to fix it. Here we go. Share. There we go. All right, so you can see it. Now, why does Fox, let's do it this way, Fox corporations have two tickers. We'll keep it simple. And we can get the answers right. Fox Corporation has a dual class share structure, which splits its equity into two distinct listings on the NASDAQ, FOXA and FOX. The separation comes down to corporate governance and control. Class A, non-voting. Class B, voting. Look at how some of this is tapered off. So we got to carries full voting rights on corporate decisions. This class is heavily concentrated among corporate insiders, most notably the Murdoch Family Trust. Okay. Got it. So class B has voting, class A doesn't. So it's different. It's a little different. It's a little different from Google. So we got it. We know what that is. So let's go back to the charts. And let's finish this up. So Fox Corporation, we're going to do the one that doesn't have the voting rights. It lost more than the one that did have voting rights. We didn't do the hypothetical of what somebody would have lost using a percentage. So let's say someone invested $1,500 and they lost that 16.84%. So 16.84 percentage negated equal, they would have lost $252.60. We add the $1,500 back to it, and the total investment would have shrunk down to $1,500. Oh my gosh, to $1,247.40. I can't wait to get over this headache. Oh, that's what they would have been left with from their investment after the $252.60 lost. All right, so we got that. Now let's go over to the Visualize tab to see how. Nope, we're going over to Analyze. So when we go over to Analyze, here's the ticker, FOXA. They are in the communication services sector. Now we're going to go over to the heat map. So we go over to the Market Watch tab, and then we go to the Visualize sub tab. And we're in the S&P 500 index on the heat map, the watch list. And now we're going to go to the communication services sector. And here's what I was talking about with Google. Let me take me off the screen. This is Google Class A shares and Class C shares. But with Google, the voting rights are on the Class A shares. Their Class C does not have the voting rights. All right, now what we're looking for Fox. It's down here in the corner. So that looks like it's in media. So let me see this, make sure this works. It's acting funny. Here it is. Here we go. There we go. All right, so this is the interactive media and services industry inside the communication services sector. We are going over to the media industry. I have to, hold on. Here we go. I have to hold shift while I click it. There we go. So we zoomed in. Here's Fox A and Fox B. So it's broadcasting. That's the broadcasting sub industry. So it's only two companies in there because Fox is one company. All right, so we've seen that in the heat map. So we can go ahead and go back to Analyze. Fox Corporation, here's their website. Links to their website are down in the description for your convenience. So let's read a little bit of the description and visit the website. Fox Corporation operates as a news, sports, and entertainment company in the United States. It operates in 4 segments: cable network programming, television, credible, and the Fox studio lot. Got it. They was real vague about that. Let's go ahead and go to their website. And we have the ticker pulled up on the screen. Yes, we have the right disclaimer. Just put me on the screen and then we can go through this. Got it. All right, looking over the top. Hey, they got it right there at the top, guys. Investors and careers. Impact will probably be like the about us, culture and belonging. So we might have to come back up here and look at that. But let's just scroll over the website and then see if they have more options at the bottom. Our company, that's good. We can read that. Our company, Fox Corporation, produces and distributes compelling news, sports, and entertainment content through its primary iconic domestic brands, including Fox News Media, Fox Sports, Tubi Media Group, Fox Entertainment, and Fox Television stations. Remember, links to these websites are down in the description for your convenience. Guys, they got us at the bottom of the website already. Yeah, I think we're going to have to go up here to impact. So go to impact, go to overview. Making an impact. Our corporate social responsibility report provides an annual summary of our shared value approach to our corporate giving, environmental, social, and governance activities. Watch the video for highlights from this year's Fox Forward initiatives. Got it. Spotlight veterans and active duty military support initiatives, Fox sustainability. Fox is dedicated to the transformation of the media and entertainment business into a more sustainable industry. Since the formation of Fox Corporation in 2019, our focus has evolved from awareness and data collection to action, impact, and influencing positive change. Got it. Here are some stats that they have. Culture and belonging, communities at Fox, social responsibility documents. Okay, got it. Now let's go to careers and see what we can find out about the benefits and the different departments that they have inside the company. So of course they open this up on a different website, guys, but I'm bringing it over. Let me set it up so we can get into it. Please hit that like button and consider subscribing to the channel. I would greatly appreciate it. So we have our brands here: Life at Fox, internships, programs, job search, main account, search for careers. Well, I'm looking for the benefits, guys. We looking for the benefits. We just browsing over it right quick. See what we got here. So here are the different brands. TMZ is, I didn't know TMZ was a Fox brand. I'll kick. Okay. Internships and programs recently posted. We at the bottom. I don't see nothing about no benefits. Let's browse over this at the top. Our brands: Life at Fox, internships, programs. Maybe it'll show up under job search. Is this on the same page? No. Yeah, guys, they might not have it because at this point, I'm just guessing. I'm thinking they wouldn't just have the benefits under internship. Life at Fox, maybe. Here it is. Employee benefits. Just keep clicking till we find it, huh? Why work with us? We've always been a little bit different, and we like it that way. At Fox, we pride ourselves on shaking things up and making things happen. We don't just innovate, we create. Videos here. And remember, links to these websites featured in tonight's show are down in the description for your convenience. Let's go right to employee benefits right here. Bam. Employee benefits. Great employee benefits equal great employees. That's what I think. In our business, people are everything. They are the heart, the source, and the spark of everything we do. And we couldn't succeed without them. That's why Fox provides a robust set of benefits to support the physical, emotional, and financial health of employees and their families. We offer competitive employee benefits on day one. No waiting period, and that's just the beginning. I like that because some companies do make you wait a while. What do they call, like probationary period or something like that? So health and wellness, healthcare benefits, read more. Financial well-being, read more. Emotional and mental wellness, read more. Fox benefits summary. Click here to view Fox benefits summary. All right, so we found it. Here's the perks. Family and pets, they help you take care of your dogs. Holiday leaves and time off. More benefits, discount, employee services. Links down in the description if you want to dig through that a little bit further. Knock yourself out. I'm ready to go to the investor relations. So we go back over here, investors. And of course, that took us to a whole nother website as well. So let me bring that over so we can look at it. So here we go. Here we go. I'm almost there. Pull that up, zoom in. All right. Fox investors reports, governance, stock information is right here at the top. So what we're going to do, we're going to browse over this page, our company. They talk about that again, events, investor news, SEC filings. So NASDAQ for Fox A and NASDAQ for Fox. Take me off the screen so you can see it. It's right here at the bottom, both of these. Now let's go back to the top and we're going to go to stock information. So they have the stock quote. Looks like they do pay a dividend. So let's go to stock quote, put me back on the screen. So this is Fox A. This is the most beautiful chart I have ever seen on a company's website. I have to say, I have to say, that's the best chart I've ever seen. And they load it right up. They got the vault. This almost looks like you can trade off of it. That's nice. That's nice. That's the best chart I ever seen on a company website. And it looked like it has a whole bunch of different features about, you can customize it to set it up how you want it to be. So we can put it on month, candles. Why do we keep moving after I click it? You see, like when okay, it did it. You can even put moving averages on it. Wow. Yeah, this is the dopest. This is the dopest chart on a website I've ever seen, hands down. Hands down. All right, enough of that. We got it. Put me back on the screen. Let's talk about what I found in my research about the company. Go to Cam. What just happened? Oh gosh, what's going on? Here we go. That wasn't right. Got it. So here we go, Cam. Okay, now I can talk about what I found in my research about the company. When it comes to, so Fox Corporation, ticker FOXA, as well as FOX. When it comes to their goods and services, they manage live media broadcasting and premium content distribution across the cable, television, and digital streaming markets, offering solutions such as complete cable news options, including linear informational networks and direct-to-consumer audio platforms for national commercial advertisers. Next, they have scalable television sports products, including broadcast events packages, multi-platform athletic networks, and domestic television stations for regional media distributors. Last but not least, an optimized digital streaming system tailored for ad-supported on-demand entertainment, personalized viewing apps, and interactive multimedia marketplaces. Looking at their S&P 500 customers and partners, notable names include Charter Communications Incorporated, ticker CHTR, Comcast Corporation, ticker CMCSA, and Verizon Communications, ticker Verizon Communications Incorporated, ticker VZ. All right, now let's go to the charts for Fox. Now we're good. All right, we got it. We got it. Let's put the right disclaimer up here. The one about Thinkorswim. There we go. All right. So we can see Fox's 52-week high of $76.39. We see their 52-week low of $53.04. The dividends look weird, guys. What time frame are we looking at? We're looking at a 1-year daily chart. And it doesn't look like this is a full year. So let me go to, am I missing something here? 6, that's a full year. I'm a little confused, guys, because of the dividends. If the dividends were paid quarterly, we should see 4 of them, not just 2. See how you got, so earnings come out every 3 months. So if earnings come out every 3 months, we see 4 of them. So let me take me off the screen so you can see why I was confused, why I'm looking crazy. See, if the earnings come out every 3 months and we're looking at a year's worth of time, we're going to see 4 earnings. So that's easy. You see that. But for some reason, the dividends are only on here twice. So this must mean they pay, this is rare. This must mean they pay biannually. They pay dividends twice a year. And I don't know where to look on the charts to find that out. Let's go and analyze. Maybe to be in here. Dividends, 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 dividends. Not sure. Well, we got time. Let's go ahead and look this up because I want to figure this out. I want to figure this out. Close this out. Okay. How, put me back on the screen too. Often does Fox pay dividends? Is it quarterly? Is it quarterly? And I was saying, I think it's biannually because I'm only seeing it on the charts twice. No, they call it semi-annually, not biannually. They pay it semi-annually twice a year. That's why it's only on the charts twice. What does biannually mean? Did I just make something up? What does biannually mean? I wonder if I just made something up. I know bi mean two. That's why I said it. Okay, meaning one, twice a year. This is synonymous with semi-annually. So it's two different ways to say the same thing. I know I put up 3 fingers, but it's two different ways to say the same thing. Like, why did they say semi-annually? Well, let's move on. That's what had me confused. I'm like, what's going on? I thought biannually meant to, which is more than one way to say it. Okay, so immediately what I'm seeing over here, guys, this is nuts. They had earnings over here. So earnings was, let's say May 11th. So May 11th, they had earnings. I don't know what type of news came out recently, but they have a huge gap from Friday. So this is Friday's candle and this is today's candle. And there's a huge gap right here. So let me highlight this gap, make it yellow, and take this out to December 1st of this year. My mouth is dry too. Give me a second. When I get this, I need to get some water. So there we go. That's the gap, huge gap. I'm curious to see if it was some type of news. So let's check that out. Take me off the screen. Go over here. Right here. Micron, Fox, review. Where are the dates? I usually look at these news releases from my phone. So that says 6/13. So that's news from Saturday. So 12 would be, there it is. This would be Friday's news. So when we bring this over, let's see what they're talking about. This article was automatically generated by Dow. Okay, shares was a slid, proved to be all around positive trading session for the market. Blah, blah, blah. Stock snapped the 6-day winning streak, course closing. It's not, they're not explaining like it's a story, like is somebody trying to buy the company? Like what's going on? I'm thinking it's some type of big news behind why this stock. There it is. They're trying to buy Roku. That's what it was. I thought it was the other way around. Fox is looking to buy Roku. And I believe Roku is a publicly traded company too. I think their ticker is R. Let me close this out. Is it the same way? Is it ROKU? Is it the same way? Yeah. So their stock went up, but Fox went down. And Fox is talking about purchasing Roku. So their stock shot up on the news. And then Fox stock went down based off the news. Ain't that a blip? That's crazy. So Fox, hey, let's go back over here and finish our technicals. All right, so we're going to go to the 10-year weekly chart. We can see the 10-year high, take me off the screen. 10-year high is $76.39. 10-year low, $19.81. We know this is 10 years because we see 2016 over here. So that's what I look at. I look to the left to see if I'm getting the full 10 years. That's how I knew the other one was short. So as far as where the price level is now, we can see that, oh no. Where is this zone? Let me just start off with the price level. So if I put the price level right here on today's, I'm gonna zoom in. You see these candles right here? They look like they responded to the same price level. So if I was to put a price level here historically, you can see that today's candle almost came down and tested this candle right here. This candle, this candle, this candle, that green candle in here, This candle closed right below it. The next day it opened up, well, next week it opened above it. So I was about to say it was like a zone, but it is a few candles that respond to that line perfectly. But these candles didn't. They closed like right below it. Okay. So that's what I was looking at. Now I'm going to zoom out. Now that we have that price level and look back. So over here it came close, but it fell short of reaching that price level of $53. $53.05. This is where I was going to start the zone to stretch this down. That's what I was going to do. I was going to make that a zone, but I'm trying to speed up a little bit. And there's not another price point that like came up to that level like that to make that significant. I'm seeing more price action over here responding to this 53.05 than going all the way back here to 2018. I hope that makes sense. So that's what I'm looking at. And since the price level is here, now it's a matter of looking for the next area of support. So one of the things that I'm seeing that's standing out to me is that there was a gap between these 2 weeks right here. Let me spread this out so you can see it. There's a gap between these two. So if I connect those, edit the properties, highlight this gap, take this over 2026, December 1st, so we can see it. There we go. So I'm seeing that area as possible support because that hasn't had any regular trading activity during normal hours for that to have been filled yet historically on the chart. And then I'm going to say this is like a zone, guys. This is going to be a zone from here to the low of that candle is going to be a support resistance zone. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to bring this over to December 1st, 2026, December 1st. And then we're going to take this one out to 2023 just to expand it over far enough. That should be enough. Okay, so we can see. You see how with this zone, these candles, now these weekly candles now. So let me put me back on the screen. Those are weekly candles we're looking at. Put me back on the screen. There we go. So it held as resistance here for a few weeks. Then it was able to close above it, and then it was tested as support. Then it came back down and it was tested as support again. Okay, so that's where I'm getting that zone from as far as support right now, because the price is up here. Now, if the price was below it, then it would be resistance. But since the price is above it, it's going to be support. So those are my levels that I'm seeing. And then this, let me close this out. I'm seeing this as resistance. And I'll explain. I use the close of this green candle right here, and I'll explain why. Why didn't I use the wicks? Because bodies are more significant on the candles. So this wick got above it, but you can see the body where it opened responded to that $66.89. This wick got above it. So I'm trying to hit as many of those candles as possible. These came close, but that's what I picked, that area there. So you could do it like a zone and catch more of those candles, but it's so close to the gap. I'm feeling like that is good enough. That's good enough. But you could do that as a zone to try to connect more candles. But we're just going to leave that price level there for right now. Just explaining that to you. All right. So let's go to the 1 year daily chart and see what we got here with the technical. So since we did what we did with the weekly, see, we can see this right here. That's probably that level right there that I was talking about. You see how these, let's go back. See, by adding that one line, how we caught those other candles. So on the daily chart, we can see it. We can see it cleaner how that price action was in between those price levels of $65.79 and $66.89. And then when you come up here, you got a couple candles. You see? These candles here, that's another price level, $68.25 I'm seeing as recent resistance. So it would have to get through this gap, this gap down, and then it would have to get through these levels. I'm seeing those as potential resistance. So let me pull this over to the left, and we can go ahead and do the stock quote, guys. Let's go ahead and do the stock quote so we can move on to the last company. So apply, mouse over today's candle. Let me zoom in a little bit. Mouse over today's candle. So Fox opened today at $56.98. They had a high of $58.40. They had a low of $53.25. They closed today at $54.76, which was a trading range of $5.16. The trading volume was 33 million shares of this stock was traded today. Looking at the time, guys. So let's find out what the average trading volume is for this company. Take off the floating data box. Take me off the screen. The average trading volume. Oh my gosh. The average trading volume for Fox is 3 million shares, 3.6 million shares in a daily trading session. So this is 10 times. Well, we can break out the calculator if you want to be technical about it. And it didn't even pop up on the screen when I said that. Come on, calculator. Come on. Well, that ain't working. I see why it's not working. If I do this, it will. There we go. So clear this out. So they did 33. I'm just running 3, 6, bop, 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 bop. So it's 33. Divide that by the 3.6, 3, 6, doop, 1, 2, 3. So almost 10 times, 9.3 times compared to average. That's above average what they're doing. And then on Friday, before they gap down, was the 3.4 million. So it was below average on Friday, but today it went nuts as far as volume compared to what they usually get. Now put me back on the screen. Volume rank percentile, guys, it's 100%. No other day had higher volume than today, and I'm not surprised. It did 9 times what they normally do in one day. Volume rank percentile is 100%. It's higher than all of the recent 252 trading days volumes. So we got it. We done with Fox. We did our technicals. We talked about the volume. Now we can move on to the biggest gainer for today. So let's go ahead and go over here. Take their ticker off the screen. Let's put this up. So we can go over here to the Market Watch tab. Let's take this back to the S&P 500. Then go to the quotes sub tab. And then turn this to the gainer. So the biggest gainer for today in the S&P 500 index is Western Digital Corporation, ticker WDC. They had a 16.10% gain. Previous close was $562.92. They closed today at $653.53. And what's catching my attention, guys, is still going up. So right now it's trading at $673 after hours. Okay, but let's do our hypothetical. We're gonna click on that. We got that. Pull up the calculator. Here we go. So let's say somebody invested $4,600. $4,600 and got that 16.10% gain. So we multiply this 16.1, turns it into a decimal. Hit equal, they would have gained $740.60. Add the initial principal investment capital back to it. I know there was a lot of words. So the total investment would have grown to $5,340.60. Bada boom, bada bing. Got it. Now we move over to analyze. Scroll back up to the top because we have scrolled down. So Western Digital is in the information technology sector. So what we're going to do, we're going to go over to Market Watch. We're going to go to the Visualize sub tab. We're going to check to see how the information technology sector performed today. So that's right here. Guys, I'm seeing more green than red. That's what I'm seeing. Western Digital is up here in technology, hardware, storage, and peripherals. So that is that industry. The industry is technology, hardware, storage, and peripherals. And it looks like HPQ was the only one that was red today. SMCI did good. Western Digital, Seagate, SanDisk, Apple, Dell, Hewlett Packard, and NetApp Incorporated. All right, so now let's go back to the Analyze tab. Take me off the screen. And let's talk about it. So Western Digital Corporation, their website is right here, also down in the description for your convenience. Let's read a little bit about it and visit their website. Western Digital Corporation develops, manufactures, and sells data storage devices and solutions based on hard disk drive HDD technology in the United States, Asia, Europe, the Middle East, and Africa. Got it. So let's go to their website. Oh my goodness. Let's go to their website. There we go. So here's their website. Put me back on the screen. My mouth is dry. Put the right disclaimer up. Education purpose only. Okay. So we're going to browse over their website. At the top, I'm seeing company. So we might go right there, but let's just go ahead and browse over the home page, and then we'll talk about the other places we're going to go. And already is moving. Reinventing storage for AI at scale. 87% of AI leaders are shifting priorities. Here's why. Post-quantum cryptography. Am I pronouncing that right? Securing data storage for the quantum age. Driving innovation sustainably. We drive sustainability, driving innovation responsibly. Western Digital Hard Drive Storage Solutions for Data Centers, NAS, Enterprise Surveillance, and AI. Got it. CR Products, a legacy in technology and innovation, popular products, case studies and resources. Designate designed to support businesses of every size. Got it. Small, medium business, enterprise, and resellers about Western Digital. Okay. So here's careers, here's investors, and there's about. They made that really easy. Thank gosh. So let's go ahead and go to about. Powering data, driving potential, enabling innovation without compromise. Our vision and mission. I love it already. At Western Digital, our vision is to unleash the power of value of data. For decades, we have been at the forefront of storage innovation, which fuels our mission to be the market leader in data storage, delivering solutions for now and the future. Love it. Our values: customers, results, connection, excellence, innovation, leadership, advancing innovation, partners, capital, corporate responsibility, news and events, investor relations, careers at Western Digital. So down here at the bottom, we are going to go to careers now. We drive possibility. Let me make sure we're zoomed in where yes, we are. All right. Thank you guys for tuning in. Hit that like button and consider subscribing to the channel. Human potential meets breakthrough innovation. Guys, what we're looking for is the benefits, and here they go. I love the fact they made this easy to find. Let's finish scrolling over this homepage, how we hire, and then we're going to go back to the benefits. Find a perfect role. All right, let's go to the benefits, see what we can find. Benefits built for real life. Search for jobs. Explore your total rewards. Health, life, financial, and beyond. Benefits spotlight. So global benefits. Here are several core benefits provided to Western Digital employees globally. Employee stock purchase plan, ESPP. Paid time off, employee assistance programs, life insurance, benefit highlight by country. So you pick the country. Where's the United States? Down here at the bottom. Bam. That's it. Bright Horizons caregiving benefits. So that's the highlight. All right. Got it. Go to investor relations. Of course, they open this up on a different website. So I got to bring this over so you can see it. Give me 1 second. Here we go. Let's get this position right so we can wrap this up. Blow that up. Blow this up. Zoom in. All right, where we need to be. So we're going to browse over the investor relations page, and then we're going to look for the stock quote and the charts. All right, so here's a brief stock quote information right there, but I'm sure it's up here at the top. Here we go. Stock information, quote and chart, and it looks like they pay a dividend. So they talk about the dividend history and other investor tools. Let's go to quote and chart. Here we go. They trade on the NASDAQ. Here was the closing price, trading volume, price net change, and percentage change. And this must means they outsource the information or the data for the stock chart. It hasn't loaded yet. And I've told you guys numerous times, depending on the website that we're looking at, whoever this company is that they're using to get this stock data, sometimes it's delayed and it takes time to load up. So that's why I was being chatty, so I can give it time to load up so you can see it. All right, so we have all of that. Let's go ahead and talk about what I found in my research before we go to the charts. So here we go. Western Digital Corporation, ticker WDC. When it comes to their goods and services, they manage advanced data storage and semiconductor memory processing across the cloud, client, and consumer markets, offering solutions such as complete hard disk drive options, including ultra-high capacity nearline platforms and mission-critical enterprise arrays for hyperscale data centers. Next, scalable flash memory products, including commercial solid-state drives, embedded storage configurations, and removable micro cards for personal computer original equipment manufacturers. Last but not least, and optimized consumer device systems tailored for high-performance console gaming storage, localized network backup loops, and smart video surveillance networks. Looking at their S&P 500 customers and partners, notable names include Intel Corporation, ticker INTC, International Business Machines Corporation, ticker IBM, and Dell Technologies Incorporated, ticker DELL. All right, now let's go to the charts. Let's go to the charts. Let's get some technicals done. Oh, take me off the screen. Guys, I'm seeing a gap up. Here's the 52-week low of $56.27, 52-week high. They hit a new one today. It's a new 52-week high of $658.80. They have a gap up right here. This candle here is Friday. Here's today. So, you know, on our channel, we make the gaps yellow, and then we extend this over to December 1st. That's just the date we use to make sure we got some space there so we can know it's no trading activity in regular hours during that gap right there. Also, if we zoom in, it looks like there is a gap between these two candles as well. So the high of Thursday and the low of Friday. So let's get this, the same thing. Yellow, December 1st. Yeah, there we go. So we have two gaps recently. So here's today's candle, here's Friday's candle, and here's a Thursday's candle of last week. So we have two gaps that have not been filled yet. As far as support, I'm seeing the bottom of the body of the red candle as support. I'm seeing the bottom of this gap that hasn't filled, this big one, as support, and the 9-day simple moving average. Because we're at these highs, it's really no other price to put up here unless we look historically. And then when we look at that, it looked like a rocket ship then took off. Okay, so now we're looking at the 10-year low of $20.71. The 10-year high is the new 52-week high that we just hit today. Okay, so there isn't any historical price levels we can use to try to figure out what possibly can happen up here now. So let's go back to the 1-year daily chart, and we can pretty much wrap this up. This here could possibly be support. And let me zoom in and show you why I picked that price level, and put me back on the screen because we're not even going over here to the far left anymore. Ain't no reason. Zoom in. So these candles, it held on this price level of $490.09 as support. It was wrestling with that price level here. It wasn't able to get above it with these candles. And then this green candle found this price level of $441.70 as support. And these four candles over here were finding that price level as resistance. That's why I picked those price levels. Okay, so now it also is trading above the 200-day simple moving average. That's this dashed white line. Now we can go ahead and get the stock quote for today and get ready to discuss the volume. So I just cut on the floating data box, and we can talk about Western Digital's stock quote for today. So they opened at $618.78. They had a high of $658.80. They had a low of $612, and they closed today at $653.53, which was a trading range of $46.80. Trading volume, 9.5 million shares of this stock was traded today. Now, I had mentioned this earlier, so I'm going to show it to you again, or yeah, I want to show it to you. I mentioned it, but I didn't show it. Guys, it is still going up. So even though you see this 52-week high of $658.80, the price is actually trading higher than that right now. Okay, so how do we see that with the candles on the charts? If you've been following along on the channel, then you know we need to go to the minute chart. So when we go to the minute chart, we can see the price levels right here. Now, this is in the extended hours. So if we go to equities, right down here where it says show extended hours trading session, if this box was not selected, we would not have that gray area to be able to see that higher price level. Okay. So let me pull this over. It keeps bouncing back, and I'm going to put the extended hours back on the screen so we can see them. All right, now you can see the higher price level. So now the actual 52-week high is $675, but it happened in extended trading hours. So that's the secret. When we're looking at the charts, they only showing you the price levels of the lows and the highs, the extremes, based off of what happened during normal trading hours. All right, now let's go back to the volume and get ready to wrap that part up, because we just got finished doing the stock quote. So when it comes to the volume, the average trading volume for Western Digital in a daily trading session is 8.4 million shares. So today's volume was above average, slightly above average, even with this gap, even with that gap up. And then on Friday, the trading volume was below average with 6.2 million shares traded on Friday. That's this green candle right here. Okay. So now when we look at the volume rank percentile out of the most recent 252 trading days, only 72 of those days had higher volume than today. Volume rank percentile right here was 71.4%, which means today's volume was higher than 71.4% of the most recent 252 trading days volume. Bam. And then I think we talked about dividends. Yes, we talked about it, but we didn't break that down. So it looks like Western Digital pays a semi-annually or biannually, now that we looked that up, dividend. They pay dividends twice a year from what I'm seeing down here at the bottom of the chart. Or am I zoomed in too far? I think I might be zoomed in. Yeah, I was zoomed in. My apologies. They pay dividends every quarter. So the last time they paid a dividend, it was 15 cents. And it looks like the dividend has increased. Yeah, so it was 10 cents, then it went to 12.5 cents twice, and then the last time they paid a dividend, it was 15 cents. So Western Digital does pay a dividend. All right, guys, we got through it. We got through it. We can go ahead and wrap the show up. Oh, my headache feeling a little bit better, guys. So thank you for sticking with me and dealing with my energy being a little bit off, but I had a terrible headache and it's getting a little bit better. So let's go ahead and wrap up the show. You already know. I hope that you learned something, and I hope that you earned something. Thank you guys for joining me tonight. This Sunday, June 14th at 9 p.m. Eastern time, we're reviewing this week's performance of the 11 sectors in the S&P 500 index, companies that stood out, notable market news, and performing a live Q&A so we can focus on building our community. And make sure you keep tuning in weekdays following a market trading session at 11 p.m. Eastern time. And just as a reminder, the market is closed on Friday in observance of Juneteenth, just to let you know. So take care and God bless.